retro food fans. Today we are going all the way back to 1896 to celebrate the very, very first chili powder, and we are going to make that famous chili to go right along with it. You're going to love it. Let's get started. Hey, this is YesterKitchen, and I'm Jill. How you doing? Okay, so today we are going to talk about Texas, and we're going to talk about one man in particular, William Gebhardt. You've probably heard the last name, but he was a German immigrant, and he immigrated to the U.S. way back in the 1890s, and he came from Germany. And he landed in Texas and fell in love with Mexican food. So back in the 1890s and all the way before that, if you wanted chilies in your food, you had to use fresh chilies. Well, William kind of looked at that and said there's got to be a better way. So he took many trials and errors and finally came up with a way to dry and grind chilies into the very first chili powder. Now, I think you've seen it before. Pretty much every market has it, right? See it? Gebhardt's chili powder. It used to look like this or this, and it eventually exploded into a whole line of products such as these. So he took his chili powder and he actually sold it via horse and wagon through the streets, and people were like, oh my God, this is awesome. It's saving me so many steps and I can still use chilies in everything. So in 1896, William owned a saloon or a cafe. It was kind of both. It was called the Phoenix Cafe or the Phoenix Saloon in New Braunfels, Texas. And this is where he created his chili powder. This is where he used his chili powder, and this is where he made his chili, which we're gonna start right now, and then we'll talk later. So first, we have 2 pounds of chuck roast. And what I did, let me show you really quickly how tiny I made these guys pieces. Let's see, let me put a few in. I made them really tiny because you want bite-sized pieces in your chili. So we have a 2-pound roast all cut up, and to that we're gonna add 4 tablespoons of flour. This is his recipe. 4 tablespoons of Gebhardt's chili powder. Of course, you can use any chili powder you want, but if you want to go authentic, this is the time to do it. And then we're going to add 4 cloves of chopped garlic. And then all you're going to do is just kind of mix everything around because it's a little too hot. Your flour is kind of what's going to thicken the chili. And this is going to cook for a while, but this is an easy recipe. Okay, so we've got that all mixed together. And now we're going to take it and just kind of, I'm such a perfectionist, the flour just isn't quite put together yet. Okay, now we're going to put this aside. And we're going to bring in a nice big warm Dutch oven because that's where the magic's going to happen. Okay, so we're going to start with our onions. I have 1 large onion, all chopped up. Look at that, there's Zoom TV, all chopped up. And to that, I'm going to take 4 tablespoons of fat. The recipe calls for fat. I'm using vegetable oil. You can use lard. You can probably use shortening. Don't use the butter flavor. But don't use olive oil. Just, whatever your favorite fat is. And in it goes. And to that, we're going to add our 1 large onion. And you're just going to cook it down, I'm going to say about 10 minutes. Let's see when we get back. So while our onions are cooking down, let's get back to the chili powder. So of course, hundreds of forms of chili powder have come out since Mr. Gebhardt's, but this is the original. This was the first. Well, let me show you some pictures of it because it's classic. This place was amazing. It was actually the very first saloon in Texas to allow women. Yes, women used to not be allowed in saloons. It wasn't dignified, right? It wasn't, ladies were ladies, and it was not dignified for a lady to go in a saloon. But William decided that it's time to just let everybody in, and that's what he did, and it became very popular. And as a matter of fact, in that saloon is where he first served this chili. Okay, our onions are getting tender. Take a look. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add all of our meat. In it goes with Gebhardt's Eagle brand chili powder. I just love that. Okay, so everyone in the bowl, let's do a little slowly, but you want to make sure that all of your flour goes in there too, because that, like I said, is going to thicken up your chili. So now, just going to stir it around a little bit. Get all the onions through, get all the meat through. Just kind of like that. Uh-oh. And if the little onions escape, that's okay. And we're gonna let this cook for about 15 minutes. Okay, so our chili's been cooking for about 15 minutes. Take a look. See, it looks like it's really starting to cook through. And by the way, I don't just let it sit there. During this whole 15 minutes, I've been stirring the pie and bringing what's on the bottom to the top. And I've also been scraping off all the brown bits that are sticking on the bottom of the pan because that is flavor. And we use a chuck roast because it's really a cheaper cut of meat. I think this whole 2-pound maybe cost me $10 or $12. And because we're cooking it for a long time after this, we're gonna let it hang out for a while and just leave it alone. And all that's gonna create the tenderness. So you're fine with the cheaper cuts of meat. It is actually great for chili. And just so you know, this was not the first chili. Chili existed way before this, but this is the first chili using the convenience of chili powder. And you'll probably get about anywhere between 4 and 8 servings out of this, depending on how hungry your crew is. So our meat's been going for about 15 minutes. Now we're gonna add a tablespoon of salt and mix that through. And then we're gonna cover this whole thing with 1 quart or 4 cups, it's the same thing, of hot water. And in it goes. Uh-oh, it's falling a little bit. And then you're gonna give it a little stir. Oh, and by the way, when I've been cooking this, it's been on not the highest setting, but maybe 1 or 2 notches below the highest heat because you do have a lot of meat and it's really dense and you need the heat to get through. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring the heat down because you're gonna want this to simmer for an hour. So we're gonna say goodbye to our chili. Goodbye, chili. And I'll see you in an hour. Hey, so it's been about an hour and 10 minutes and take a look. Our chili has been bubbling away. Look at this. Is this gorgeous? So here's what I wound up doing because I'm always trying to see if I can make a recipe better without changing the original recipe. So what I did was I started out the first 30 minutes, I covered it and let it simmer covered. Then afterwards I took a look at it, and you want to peek at it every maybe 15 minutes, give it a stir, see what it looks like. And I decided to take the cover off for the second half of the cooking because I wanted some of that liquid to evaporate. So here we go. So this is the original Gebhart chili. It's a very mild chili, not a lot of complexity. This is not competition chili. Competition chili came years after this. And you know, competition chili, they've got about 30 ingredients. They add them at different times. It's fabulous. But this is the real deal. It's chili con carne, which means chili with meat. And in Texas, no beans are allowed in chili. And I don't blame them. I think it's better that way. I know there's lots of places where beans are fabulous in chili. In Texas, they are not allowed. And this is what you get. And it's fabulous. So go ahead and make yourself a pot of the original chili. So let's serve some up. So I've got a cute little bowl here. And I've got our chili con carne. And of course, you can do your cheese and your onions and your jalapenos and all that stuff that comes with it. But I'm a purist. And I like the perfect, right there, bowl of red, as they call it. The chili con carne is just fabulous. Warm up some flour tortillas or corn tortillas and you've got yourself something amazing. And by the way, February 27th is National Chili Day, so I know that's coming up, so maybe that's a great time to explore some history and make some great chili. If you would like to explore more dishes from your childhood, or just the past, I invite you to subscribe. I release new videos every Friday. In the meantime, here's some more retro dishes for you. And remember, every dish, even Gebhardt's Eagle Brand chili powder chili from the Phoenix Saloon, whew, that was a mouthful, has a story. I'll see you in the next video.